Hey y'all, welcome to your reading. This is a Friday morning, but remember, all of my readings are timeless, so whenever they reach you, that is the time that they were made to find you at. All right, so shall we just get right into this? I say that we shall. Okay. So, just gonna start by tapping into your energy here. Okay, now this is going to be a general reading for the collective. Starting off with the Nine of Cups. Now, what this tells me about you guys is that, first of all, you are very financially stable. You don't need anybody to help you or support you. Okay? You can stand on your own 2 feet. You might have been in situations in the past where people in your life made you feel like you needed to keep them around for financial security, so that they could control you, so that they could manipulate you, so that they could take away your power. These people never wanted you to see your full potential. And I have a strong feeling that you guys are finally at a place where you realized that you actually had to remove these blockages, these people, this bad energy. You had to distance yourself from these people in order to be in this position that you're in. Now, this card could have multiple different meanings. This card can mean that your wishes are being fulfilled. That's what I believe this is about in this context. You guys are receiving the gifts that you were born to have because you guys earned them. You guys did the work. You suffered your entire life. You were attacked by people your entire life. People always pointed the finger on you. They always blamed you for things that you didn't even do. Either that, or they were pushing their own energy onto you. What I mean by that is, even as when you were a young child, I'm sensing that, whether you know this or not, everybody that grew up in your household, they had something against you, but you never knew it. Don't mind my cat in the bathroom. He's like inside of my sink. He likes to like lick at the faucet. As weird as that sounds, I'm using that as a confirmation though. Okay? Now, whether you guys knew this or not, you had people that literally smiled in your face. People that you thought were your friend. Another confirmation as the heat's turning on. Let me turn that off though. It's a little too annoying for this video. Okay? You had people that pretended like they were your sidekick. They would go places with you. They would make plans with you. They would... You notice though, it's usually the people who are very nosy. But not always. You notice how it's always the people who, they're always so concerned about your life and what you're doing. But at the same time, it's almost like, what am I getting here? They're always more concerned about you more than themselves. But not always. You guys are in a place where you're just over these kinds of people. Yeah, you're closing out a cycle here. What this card means right now is the World, okay? So you're in the pause between where you are or where you used to be and where you're headed. So you're ending a cycle. You're ending old patterns. You are closing yourself off from certain people, certain energies that were holding you back. These people, these nosy people, never wanted to see you win. They never wanted you to step into this role, this powerful role that you're stepping into. You could be into, I would say you're probably in a career field, or you're beginning a new venture where it's a job that a lot of people judge, okay? It's a job that's not very well known. And it's a job where there's a lot of misconceptions here. And it's a job that makes you in the spotlight. You're going to be receiving a lot of attention here. And that's another reason why these people don't like it. They don't want to see you in the spotlight. They'll do whatever they can with their negative words, with their basic lives. They act like they're so content with their basic lives just to confuse you. They try to make you feel like you need to be basic just like them. How do they do this? Very subtly. Very subtly. You might have come to these people. You might have come to them for advice, or you might have just vented to them, and they try to make you feel like you're crazy. They try to make you feel like you have a drug problem, when maybe you're just someone that goes out on the weekends and maybe has a couple drinks, or maybe partakes in like going to, I don't know, like going to raves, or like simple little fun things like that. But they try to make you feel like you're an addict or something, or like you're wrong for having fun. But I also have a feeling that you guys are also closing out that part of you too. You guys aren't even going out as much anymore. You don't really find joy in that anymore. You guys have had your fun. You don't need drugs or alcohol to have fun anymore. And that's another reason why these people are pissed off right now. They never saw you getting sober. They never expected you to get sober. I hate the word sober, to be honest. I don't know why, but for some reason I just feel like it just makes me feel really negative. Because I don't like to talk about myself very much, but personally, in my life, I would always have my parents, like, the way that they would say it was like treating me like a peasant. They would always be like, go get some help. You need to get sober, like all the fucking time. So I just hate the word sober. I'm just going to tell you guys that. I just had to share that with you guys. If that was too much, my bad, but I like to be able to relate to you guys. You know, I mean, it's important to be private. A lot of tarot readers are private, but I also will share a couple things with you guys just to make you guys feel like you can relate to me, okay? Now we have the Five of Swords here. Yes, so this is confirmation about what I just said here. you are closing out the cycle of being around these types of people. These types of people who, they will smile in your face, they will act like they're your friend, but behind your back, they do nothing but talk shit on you. And these are people in your own family. And I guarantee it's everybody that raised you. Everybody in your household. And I know that's hard to, honestly, it's hard to grasp. But it's just the reality. You're over here, you know, it's like you guys do things the right way. Okay? You have empathy for people. You're always there for people. You know, if they ever need you, you're always there. But like when you come to them, this is their energy. Like you might come to them when you need to vent, let's say, or, you know, you just wanted to vent and tell them what's going on, but then they use that against you. They use that against you. And it's like they're laughing in your face, but very subtly. Or they might leave you on red, or they'll just say something like, they'll just be like, okay, or they'll just never respond. And it could be your own brother. Your own brother. Or sister. And it's very like you never saw any harm in it, but now that you've cut these people off, you can see that they wanted you to keep suffering. They wanted you to stay in that lower vibration with your, you might have had addictions, but they made it worse because they weren't there to support you. They never understood you, and they wanted to see you looking like this. They wanted to see you sad. They wanted to see you stuck. So, meanwhile, you're at family dinners. You know, they're laughing and giggling and, oh, what are you up to? Oh, how's life going for you? Blah, blah, blah. But deep down, that's not their true intentions. That's not their true intentions. They're just trying to get into your business. They want to know what you're up to. That's all it's about. They don't give a shit. They're only happy when you're suffering. They really do not care. I know it's hard to realize, but it's just the truth. And you can tell because you notice how they, oh my gosh, that was a lot. I'm just going to do, yeah. I'm just going to take a couple because that was just a ton over here. One moment, guys. Okay, so we have the devil in reverse here. Yeah, so this is, you guys used to have these chains here that bound you. It could be an addiction. It could be family members, a toxic relationship. It could be your job, but you left this job. You left these people. You left these addictions. You got sober. I hate that word. Sorry, guys. I need to get used to it, but maybe I need to find a new word for it. Okay? And I mean, like, you got completely off of everything, even weed. Okay? So these people are pissed off about that. They want to see you chained to the devil. When I say the devil can be anything. The devil can be bad thought patterns. It can be anxiety. It can be depression. It can be self-doubt. It can be low self-worth. It can be feelings of powerlessness. These people want you to feel like you have no power. But they're pissed off because you broke out of that. You broke out of the chains. Okay? You broke out of the chains here. Yes, exactly. Here's another confirmation. This is another card that just flew out at me. So many flew out at once. But I'm going to keep this one here because this one makes sense. So the thing is that I think a lot of you guys are starting to see is that you felt stuck at the time. But what this card means is that you always, like, these were only like limitations, like they were self-imposed limitations here, okay? So you have the ability to break free. The situation that you were in with your family, it taught you a lot about people. You know, now you can easily tell just by a text message, just by the way someone looks at you, just by someone's response, just by the way that they might ignore you. Little subtle things. Maybe like they don't give you a tight enough hug. That one's a big one too. Like you're always one that you give these beautiful, warm, affectionate hugs, not in a sexual way at all, in a loving way. And your own family members gave you like this really weird hug, like this, like they wouldn't give you a true hug. It was like they were like uncomfortable or something. Okay? So, yeah. Yeah, these people, yeah, when you were a child here, you might have thought that you were closer when you were a child. Sensing a brother or your sister, you could have gotten along a lot better when you were younger. And so that's what confuses you now, is because you see them as how they were when they were little. And you don't understand that they've exposed themselves now. They've revealed who they really are, which is, this is who they really are. And you can tell because now that you have closed out this cycle, you know, you've broken out of where you were, you've broken out of these feelings of these limitations that your family put on you. You're in a better headspace. You're probably making more money now. You probably left a very toxic environment, a toxic work environment. You know, they never expected you to get out of the situation that you were in. Okay? This is the situation that you were in. You were in a lot of heartache for your entire life. And they knew this. And they would do things to you to make you feel worse. They would constantly instigate you. They knew exactly what they had to do to get at you. Because they knew that you had so much magnetism. They knew that you carried magic within you. But they always wanted to take that away from you. They really, truly did. And I like this picture here because his face, it's like these people, they have their back turned so they can't see this person's true intentions. But behind closed doors, these people in your family, they always got off on seeing you miserable. They really did. But now you're in a place where you're sticking up for yourself. You're standing on business. You're doing everything the right way. You're a righteous person. You're resilient. You've healed your heart. You've even remembered trauma that these people did to you. Really, these people did really horrible things to you. It's really sad, to be honest, because you never pictured these types of people doing what they did to you. You might have been having flashbacks lately. You might have been having dreams about these people. Dreams about these people torturing you. Could be from past lives. I want you guys to know this. When you have dreams about people in your family doing awful things to you, this could be something that happened to you in your past life. And what a lot of people don't understand, okay, is that a lot of family members that you have in this life, they could have been enemies in your past life. Hell, they could have even been, it sounds pretty dark, but they could have even tried to kill you in a past life. I know it's pretty dark, but, you know, I'm just here to give you guys the truth, to help you guys. And what happens in these past lives is they could have tortured you. They could have been enemies in your past life, and then they come back in a sibling or a family member or a relationship because they're trying to teach you a lesson. They're trying to teach you to step into your power this time, because maybe in the past life you weren't able to step into your power, or maybe you did show your power in your past life, and maybe you were shunned for it. Maybe people did something to take away your power, and that's why you're having a hard time stepping into it in this life. But I'm having a feeling that you guys are just beginning to step into your power. And you're not going to let anybody take it away from you ever again. Now that's a fact. But at the same time, you're just beginning to understand that you have this special gift where your intuition is much stronger than the average person. So you're in a place right now where you're trying to figure out what part of your intuition that you can trust and what part you can't trust. So you're in a learning phase right now where you know that you're extremely sensitive. You know that you can feel people's energies, but you're almost retreating right now in a way because you don't know exactly how to use your powers yet. What else? Let's end this on a good note. I'm feeling like, let's see. Yeah. Yep. So you guys are in a place where you're learning. You're learning how to use your gifts. It's like a whole new world for you guys. After everything that you've been through, you're finally beginning to, trust your dreams, trust your messages that you're receiving from spirit. You're learning how to decipher which message is from the devil and which message is from your angels. Okay? Now, this takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. You need to take some time to learn how to talk with spirit. You also need to learn how to turn it off sometimes, because when you're constantly talking with your angels and your spirit guides, I like to call them your spirit friends and family, it can be overwhelming. It can cause headaches. You have to learn how to control it. And while it's developing, sorry guys, my cat keeps doing that to the sink, and I know it's a confirmation, but it's really annoying. And that's the kind of energy that I'm feeling. You guys are annoyed with your gifts in the beginning because it's a lot. It's overwhelming. And you're constantly talking to spirit like all the time because you feel like you should, but at the same time you're like, I don't know if I need to be asking spirit questions for every little thing. So my advice for you guys right now is to trust your intuition. Like, if you know the answer to something, don't ask your spirits for confirmation because you already know the answer. What I want you to do is ask your spirits for confirmation when you don't know the answer. Okay? All right. I love you guys. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Friday. All right. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. And yeah, I will see you guys soon. Okay. Bye.